Hey YouTube, okay, period. Hello, oh my god, Happy New Year's. Let's start with that. Happy New Year's, y'all. Like, it's a new year. We made it to a new year, guys. We made it to 2024, and that's on period. If you are a returning subscriber, hey girl, welcome. If you are new to my channel, hello, welcome. If you haven't by now, or if you want to, you know, if you just got here, I feel like you should hit that subscribe button, you know. Yes, hit that subscribe button down below, hit the bell next to it so you can be notified every time I post a video. As you can tell by the title, I'm giving you guys another story time of a work day went wrong. I just want to make a quick disclaimer before I proceed with this story time. I'm not a doctor, right? I'm not a therapist. I'm nothing of that sort, of that nature. So I cannot diagnose this person, right? And I know what word is coming up, and I know a lot of y'all like, yeah, overplay this word so much. I know, but like, what else to describe this man? I don't know. I really don't. But I honestly felt like this man was a narcissist. Like, no cap. And yeah, based off the story, by the time the story ends, and if y'all feel, you know, the same thing I'm feeling, let me know. Comment down below, please. You know, because till this day, I still don't know what was wrong with this person. But hey, there's a lot that happened in this story, well, during this experience. So I had to write down some notes on my notebook. Yeah, just to keep my thoughts in order, because a lot of stuff was just all over the place. All right, so boom, this is what happened. So this took place around, had to be like 2022, right? It took place in 2022. At the time I was working at a retail store, right? I will not be naming this retail store because I don't got time for people on YouTube, but I don't got time. So we're gonna call this place Bamboozle. So the name of this store was called Bamboozle. This is where I worked at. A little background, I've been working at this store for up to 2 years at this point, right? When this took place, this is gonna be like towards the end of like me working there. At this job, I was working in a specific department. I'm not gonna name the department, but I will say what it was because it's gonna kind of play a part, I guess, throughout the story. So basically, y'all know how a lot of stores, they do like online pickup and stuff like that. And with that, you have people that work in the store that does the shopping for the customers, right? And that is what I was doing at my job. I was the shopper. I used to walk around the store, pick up the items, pack it up, and put it away for the next person to come pick it up and what have you, right? At the job, we had like 2 rooms there to place the orders, right? We wasn't in charge of giving the orders to the people. We strictly did the shopping, right? We had people that worked in a different department that was in charge of that, right? They will be the ones to help out the customers, and when the customers come and pick up their stuff, they'll go to either rooms, wherever it's located. They'll come pick it up and give it to the customers, and that, right? So one random day, I was at work, and I'm gonna give like the 2 rooms like names, I guess. So I'm gonna say room 1 and room 2. So room 1 was like more, it wasn't like it was more like a space in the back area. Like it was like a back area. It was kind of spaced out, which is like a bigger space, right? And I want y'all to keep this in mind. A lot of people that worked in my department, we used to like be in this room more often compared to room 2, right? Room 2 was more so like this. It was a smaller room. It was more closed off. It was like an actual room. You just go in the door, whatever. I'm at work one day, you know, minding my business, and I was in room 1, and I was just like kind of like leaning up against the cart, scrolling through, I think, my phone or something like that. I was doing something. I was not doing my job. That's all y'all gotta know. I wasn't doing my job, okay? So I'm just there by myself back there, and out of nowhere, this one guy, he comes behind, like, he comes inside the room, and he comes in. Keep in mind, this guy, he works in that department, the department that comes and pick up the orders for like the customers and stuff like that, right? So he was coming in to come get an order, and he was kind of rushing in, almost like looking at the device that we use at the job. So he comes in rushing in, and I wasn't really paying him no mind until he said, "Hey, I've been wanting to talk to you, but you know, I've been shy." So that's when I look up, and I'm not gonna lie, even though I was the only one in the room, I was just like, "Who you talking to?" Like, I was like, "Me?" Like, and he was like, "Yeah, you, da da da." So I was just like, "Oh, okay." I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of confused because I ain't never, not to be funny or nothing, I ain't never saw this man a day in my life up until that day. Like, so, I mean, he could have been admiring from afar, hey, whatever, but I was kind of like, I was kind of confused, so that's why I was like, huh? But yeah, he was like, "Yeah, you, da da." So I was just like, me being the nice and friendly person I am, I was just like, "Oh, like, no, you could say hi, like, don't be shy, you know, I'm just being nice." I'm like, "You don't have to be shy, like, you could say hi to me, like, you know, da da da," right? And he was just like, "Oh, okay," like, he seemed happy about it. He was just like, "Okay, da da da," and I'm just like, "Yeah, so like, what's your name?" He said his name is, we're gonna call him Bottle, right, for the sake of the video. He said his name was Bottle. He's like, "Oh, my name is Bottle, da da da." So I was just like, "Oh, my name is April, like, you know, nice to meet you," whatever the case may be. And he was just like, "Okay, cool." And then that was the end of our conversation. He went about his day, and I went about my day, right? So this will be the start of nonsense, stress in my life, okay? From then, every day, like literally after that day, I would see this guy like every day, right? And it's crazy, like, y'all know that saying, like, not even really a saying, but y'all know like that thing, people would be like, "Oh, I ain't never heard of such and such," until somebody else mention it. Like, it could be music, some you like on the news, or a person, they be like, "Oh, you never heard of da 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 da," and you're like, "Nah, bro, I ain't never heard that." And literally right after, like, the next day, that's all you see, and that's all you hear. Like, that's how I felt, bro. I was like, "Bro, I ain't never see this boy, what?" So yeah, but literally after that day, I just kept seeing him, and, you know, being nice and stuff like that. I was, you know, greeting him, like, I would say hi to him, he would say hi. He was very nice, you know. He was very, yeah, he always smile, be like, "Hey," like, he seemed pretty excited, and I was like, you know, being nice, like, "Hey, you know, hey, Bottle," like, "Hey," you know, whatever, right? And that would be that. Another thing that started to happen was he used to compliment me, like, real heavily, right? Heavily, okay? Because a lot of y'all, because I know I tend to mumble and stuff. Anyways, so he would really, like, compliment me, like, real, like, it was real intense. And at the time, I didn't realize, but now, knowing what I know now, he was basically love bombing me. Like, this man was like, I kid you not. And I want y'all to keep this in mind. Like, this, like, the whole narcissistic behavior, love bombing, all these like terminologies, I was pretty new to this. I wasn't aware of what it was. I heard of the word narcissist and narciss, but I didn't have an idea or a great understanding of what it was. So this was all new to me. I was just like, okay, I mean, and then y'all know, like, hold on, and y'all know that TikTok is like, oh, I always fall for the love bombing because, like, why would you not love me? Like, hello, like, that's how. So it was almost like that. Like, basically, yeah, he would like love bomb me like crazy. I kid you not. Like, it's one thing when a guy compliments like, oh, like, I really like your shirt today. Oh, you look nice today. Oh, like, I like your hair. Da da da. No, this man would be like, you are my sun that rise above. You are my breath. Now I'm dragging it, but no, but like, seriously, like, it almost was up to that point. Like, literally one day, this was like kind of later on down the line, but I'm just bringing it up because it's not really that important for the story. It's just an example. So I came into work one day, or I was like coming from somewhere, I don't know, and I was walking into room 1, and he saw me, whatever, and he was like, he said hi. I'm like, hi, and I'm like kind of walking past him. And so then I walked past him going inside the room. He started following me into the room, and I like bust the corner to go like put this box on a shelf. So as I'm like putting the box on the shelf, he's coming around the corner as well. He's just like, oh my god, April, like, oh, because I hugged him too, as like before I came in. He's like, oh my god, April, hugging you was like a breath of fresh air, like, da da da. And I'm like, okay, thank you, like, you know, it was flattering, but at the same time, I was like, dang, a breath of fresh air. Like, my boy, we did a little work base. Like, what's going on? Hugging me is like a breath of fresh air. I ain't never heard nothing like that. You feel me? Like, so that could give you an example of how intense his compliments were. And I'm just like, okay, like, I accepted the compliment, and that was that. So that was just one example, right? So yeah. After the first day of meeting him, we'll say hi to each other. He would compliment me with the whole love bombing tactic and all that. And I'm not gonna lie, your girl was eating it up. My plate was starting to look a little empty, I'm not gonna lie. So, hey, please don't judge me, and I won't judge you. Cause it can get ugly before it gets beautiful. Yeah, that was that. We're getting into the compliments and da da da. You know, I'm saying thank you. And then in the midst of that, like, we'll have little conversations here and there throughout work, like, if we had time. Cause, you know, there's times at work, especially if you work at a retail store where you just like hide out somewhere, you just be like not doing your job. Yeah, and that's what I mean by, like, a lot of us used to be in room 1 a lot, because that would basically be our hangout spot, like, at work, especially if you worked in my department and Bottle's department. Yeah, like, you would definitely be back there just lounging around, chit-chatting with your coworkers, blah blah blah. So yeah, there'll be times where we just be lounging around, you know, have little conversations, I guess, getting to know each other somewhat, and that's that. Fast forward, right, this is where stuff is really starting to like get hectic, and it was starting to like low-key take a toll on me, right? So boom boom boom, basically I decided to make like this buffalo chicken dip. I picked up my stuff, finished the order. It's basically about time for me to clock out, so I was like, all right, let me get somebody to ring me up and I can go about my day. At my job, especially if you work there, we never used to wait online. We would just ask like one of our colleagues, is that even an appropriate word for this, colleagues, whatever. We'll ask like our other co-workers and stuff, like, can they ring us up, especially if you know how to work the cash register, right? So I was looking around for somebody to ring me up, and then I saw Bottle was there by like the cash registers, and he didn't look like he was doing that. He looked, so I was like, let me go bother him. And keep in mind, at this point in my mind, right, that's my work day, you feel me? So in my mind, I'm like, he ain't doing that, let me go bother him, like, let's go, like, let's you know. So I went up to him like, hey, do you mind ringing me up? Like, no, da da da. He's like, yeah, no problem, like, da da, no problem. I'm like, period, because you better ring me up, like, no, stop. Anyways, so he's ringing me up, you know, I'm standing there, and he's starting to notice that I have like food items, like recipe looking items, you know, just look like I'm about to whip up something. So he looks up and he's like, oh, like, you about to make some? And I'm just like, yeah, I'm about to make a little dip or something, a little something, not too crazy, not too crazy. And he's just like, oh, he's like, can I get some? Like, do you mind like sharing, like, once you finish, and da da da, right? And I'm like, yeah, like, if there's some left, like, you know, if there's some left, like, I'll see, you know, I'll see. And he just like, okay, no problem, like, da da, right? Then he was like, oh, like, matter of fact, do you have Instagram? And I was just like, yeah, I got Instagram. Like, hey, what about it? What you know about it? All right, let me stop, y'all. And then so he's just like, oh, like, do you mind, you know, we can exchange Instagram, blah blah. And I'm like, oh, okay, period, yeah. I'm like, yeah, hand me your phone. I put that Instagram in. He pulls up his Instagram. I take his phone. I go search on my name. Boom, follow each other. Da, 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 that was it. Right. That was done. He finished ringing me up, and you know, we said our goodbyes, and that was that. I want y'all to keep this whole Instagram business in mind, because you know, I feel like I'm gonna go into the whole Instagram, right, just to like give a broader understanding. Basically, after we exchanged Instagrams, I kid you not, this is when the weirdness really started to take place. You feel me? Like, it was just a lot. It was a lot going on. I'm like, okay, this man is like, there's something must be wrong. I'm missing something, you know what I'm saying? And I say this to say, because if the whole Instagram situation or whole social media ordeal didn't take place, I just would have thought he was just some regular guy that just tried to hit up on me, but he's not really like trying to pull through. Like, it's whatever, like, it's cool, right? But the way he went about everything, that's what made me feel like something was off. And this is what kind of led me to think that he was a narcissist, because of his behaviors, the tactics that he used, and all that. You feel me? Like, if none of this stuff happened, I would have just thought he was just some guy who he's just trying to flirt at work and then just F around and that's that, right? And I would have been cooling. Because I was cooling the whole time regardless, because yeah, like, at the end of the day, you're not my man. Like, we just a little work thing and that's that. But it was just weird. And it really took a toll on me. But I'm not really getting into the whole Instagram ordeal. So, because it's a lot, right? So, basically, after we exchanged Instagrams, throughout, like, you know, me getting to know him and the whole work situation, right? On, like, any other day, like, when I'm just at home or whatever and all that stuff, keep in mind he's still at work, like, I guess trying to pursue me. I don't know, like, flirting real heavy, like, you know, the whole love bombing, right? And I'm eating it up. So in my head, I'm really thinking this guy really likes me, right? In my head, I'm being delulu, and it's okay. I'm willing to admit that. It's fine. I'm being real. I'm like, this is my man. In my head, this is me, like, because he's still like giving me all these grandiose compliments, like, oh my god, da, 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 da. Yeah, so I'll just be watching his Instagram stories pretty heavy, and y'all gotta understand, like, this is pretty normal. Like, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, like, especially when y'all first talk to people, when y'all start really, like, y'all be on their Instagram heavy, right? Y'all be watching their story like, oh, seeing what they doing. That's the type of time I was on, right? So I felt like I was really like just on it, just watching his Instagram. And then slowly I started to realize that he was not reciprocating the energy back whatsoever. At first it was like reciprocating, he watched my stories, but literally like not too long after, boom, he just stopped watching my stories. And I'm just like, no.
No. I ain't doing no wrestling.
Like, one thing about it, yeah, I could be Delulu. Like, no, I could be Delulu. Because I'm a lover girl. Like, I can't help it. I'm a lover girl. But one thing about it, I'm a, like, you feel me? Like, I'm a thug at the end of the day. I'm a real hitter. So once I saw that I felt like I was doing too much, you're making me feel like I'm the fan. No, that's not what's gonna happen, right? So like I said, I started to realize that he's not watching my stories at all. And at first I was just making up excuses, you know, and I'm just like, bro, it's probably not that big of a deal. Like, he, you know, because I try not to take social media seriously, and I try not to take it real personal to me, because I know people have lives and blah, 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 whatever the case may be. But there's like a point, there's a certain extent where you have to take it personal. I'm so sorry. Like, you're not gonna sit here and make me feel like I'm a fan, bro. Like, it's not giving that. So once I felt like I was doing too much, like, because at first I was just like, and keep in mind, I'm like telling my friends this, like, or a few of my friends, I'm telling like my real close friends and stuff, like hitting them up about this boy. You know how us girls are, we like to gossip and talk about nonsense in our life. So that's what I was doing. Like, so I would go to my friends like, bro, am I tripping? Like, he's then not watching my Instagram stories, no nothing, like I'm tweaking. And they're like, nah, you know what I'm saying? Like, they felt the same way too. I'm like, yeah, because I don't really want to take the whole social media thing serious. And they're like, yeah, bro, but like, I don't know, this, no. But after a while, it just kept happening. I was like, oh, nah, like, I'm good off you. Like, so my friend's like, yeah, like, you're not tripping, bro, So I just muted his stories, because I'm like, no, you're making me feel fanned out, and I don't like that. Like, you cannot do that. You cannot sit here. I can't go to work and you're in my face giving me like these love bombing compliments, and I'm just eating it up, and I'm Delulu over you, and then I'm going home trying to be Delulu again, being Delulu once again over you, and now I feel like I'm a fan. Like, you're not doing that. I muted his stories. And then a little while after, I guess he noticed I'm not watching his stories, and he proceeds to watch my stories again. So keep in mind, I'm still a little bit Delulu. I'm not, listen, I ain't dumb, but I was still a little Delulu. Because once he started watching my stories again, I'm like, oh, okay. You must have forgot. You must have forgot who you came to. Like, oh, okay. I'm like, yeah, because, you know, I'm not watching your story, gang. I have to remind you, like, I'm not watching it. So then I proceed to watch his stories once again, because I'm like, oh, okay, he probably, you know, he's probably up, you know, hello. Like, so I'm like, okay, babe. So I go back to watch his stories, right? He goes back to not watching my stories again. I was like, all right, bro, I'm not finna do this with you, bro. I'm not doing it, no. What's good with you? So he's not watching my stories once again. Like, literally, as soon as I started watching his stories, boom, he went back to being ghost. And I'm like, nah, bro, what's going on? I'm like, no, this is so weird. I never sat here and played TikTok, like, playing tag with somebody on social media. Never a day in my life, bro. If nobody watches my story, they don't watch my story, and that's that. I never sat and like had this back and forth situation with somebody. So I felt like I was going crazy. I'm not gonna lie, I felt like I was going nuts. I'm like, what is going on? Like, why is this man playing, bro? Why is this man playing? And I felt like I was really like going crazy, because like I'm the only one who's seeing this. I'm like, nobody's seen this? Can somebody get the cameras or something? Like, nobody's seeing this. And then when I would go to my friends and talk to them about it, I'm like, bro, I know I sound crazy, but like, he's dead playing games like via social media. Like, what type of time is he on? You feel me? And I'm not gonna lie, the playing games, it started to happen in like at work and stuff, but I'm gonna get into that. I just wanted to touch base with the social media stuff because it's a lot, and this is where like most of the, I guess, emotional mental abuse kind of took place. I don't know. So I'm like, what is going on? So then once again I stopped watching his stories. Cause what type of time is you on, bro? Like, and also I wanted to mention, in the midst of me having his Instagram, some way, somehow, I don't really remember, but he probably just searched up my Instagram name because it was the same as my Snapchat name. So he searched up my Snapchat name because he ended up adding me on Snapchat. I'm too ahead of myself. Hold on, guys. Pause on this one. Pause on it. We're gonna go back. So boom, started watching his stories. Once again, he goes back, and then I go back, right? This was gonna be the last time. I go back to watch his stories, right? He just stopped watching my stories once again. Now you're playing with my mouth. So I just muted his stuff altogether. I just stopped watching his stuff altogether. Just negative. I was like, are you dumb? What do I look like? Because no, no, I don't got time for this, bro. Like, it's either you want me or you don't. And I'm not even talking about like, and I wasn't trying to take it that serious, you know, because like I said, it was a little work bait thing. But at the same time, even work bait is like, come on now. Even work baits watch, you know, their work bait stories more than you did. Like, you just completely just ghosted my stuff and made me seem like I was a fan. Like, I could understand like you don't watch my stuff like every day, compared to me, because I'm not gonna lie, I was a little delulu. Let me be delulu, bro. Like, come on now, let me be delulu in peace. I ain't delulu where I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of living in my delulu world right now. Like, let me just be a little delulu, please, like, in peace. But like, come on now, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all let me know. But anyways, so I just deleted his stuff altogether, right? I just stopped watching his stuff on Instagram, and that was that. Boom. Back to the Snapchat, right? Boom. He added my Snapchat. He found my Snapchat, whatever. So I added him on Snapchat, and guess what? We're back to the same thing. And it's like, I bet y'all wonder, like, bro, April, if he did it to you on Instagram, why would you like go back to like on Snapchat? Like, girl, I don't know. Like I said, I was still in my Delulu world a little bit. I wanted to be in my Delulu world a little bit. I wanted to, like, you know, so I could be mad at that, you know. But I was like, yeah. So he added me on Snapchat, and I was like, okay, like, I don't know, something in my head just. So I went back to, so I was watching his Snapchat stories, and it was the same pattern. Stop watching my Snapchat stories. But this time around, I didn't wait that long for me to just mute his stories on Snapchat as well. So it wasn't that long of a process, but it was literally the same pattern. I was like, no, I'm good. No. And literally that was that.
So your toxic, possibly narcissistic partner could be living their life on social media like you are watching them. And of course, if you're new here, I'm actually a diagnosed narcissist. Turn off the narcissist TV is what I tell people almost every single day. Stop watching your toxic, narcissistic ex's social media because they're going to be trying to post things to trigger a response from you.
Let's go back to strictly in person, the work situation, right? So boom, after us exchanging Instagrams, right? I'm gonna kind of tie the in-person timeline to the Instagram timeline, but I just wanted to give y'all that whole thing, so I'm gonna tie it in, but y'all gonna see. So basically, after we exchanged Instagrams, that was that. Back, you know, come back to work. I'm a little delulu. I'm like, this is my man. You know, he's doing me compliments. You know, it's just, you know, it's just good for now, I guess. You know, we're just chilling. You know, whatever. So then this one day, I had to go to a baby shower. I came into work like on my off day, and I came in to buy some stuff for the baby shower, you know, a gift or whatever the case may be. So I came into work. I came across a coworker I was cool with. You know, I spoke to her. I asked her, could she ring me up? You know, she's like, no problem, da da da. So I'm standing online talking to her. She's ringing me up. Cool, right? So I had a male coworker that I was really cool with. Like, we were really friends at work. Like, but I never really got to see him as often at work. But we were real cool. Like, we was locked in. You feel me? So he saw me from afar. He was at work. And he saw, like, I was online, whatever. So he's like, oh, like, April, like, what's good? Da, da. So he came in and spoke to us. Like, so we're all sitting around just having a conversation, right? So he just, you know, we're all just there talking, hi, he, ha, ha. Like, it just, we're having a good conversation. Just kind of catch up, I guess, whatever. So as we're standing there, I started to notice somebody is walking towards us. So I look up and I see that it's Bottle. So Bottle is walking towards us, right? And he's coming towards me, like, with a smile, like, hey, like, you know, walking towards me. And I'm like, oh, hey. And I'm, like, going to, like, you know, wave hi to him, because that's all it ever was. Like, we usually just say hi and that's that. But he walked straight into me for a hug. So I was like, oh, okay. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's nothing, like, wrong with a hug, but I just was kind of caught off guard because I just came out of nowhere. Like, we never, like, that was never established. It was always just wave hi and bye, and that's that. So he just strictly went in for a hug. So I'm like, oh, okay, like, hugged him. That was that. So then he proceeds to stay there. He's like, oh, like, what are you doing here? Like, oh, I didn't know you coming to work. I'm like, I'm looking at my sweater and my jeans. I'm like, I don't work today, but I mean, go off. Like, so he's like, oh, okay, like, nah. So we just all have a real conversation. And I don't know, like, his demeanor kind of was, it was kind of strange, especially that day. And I really feel like he did that because I was, like, there with my male coworker. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I know y'all probably like, bro, you tripping. Like, but I'm gonna get into it, right? So that was one little situation. So we wrapped up our conversation. I got my stuff and I headed out the store, and that was that. So from then on, we used to, like, hug all the time. Like, every time we see each other, like, he would give me hugs, and I want y'all know, because I really have to give y'all details so y'all can understand, like, I'm not tripping, bro. And I don't care if y'all think I'm tripping after this, because I know I wasn't tripping, but whatever, I don't care. But anyways, like, we would hug, and it wasn't no regular, like, type of hugs, or, like, we, like, full on hugged. I'm talking about, like, full embrace. You would think I know this man for years. I kid you, like, just, how's it going? Like, you good? Da da da. I'm just like, yeah, and that was our routine, right? So I want y'all to understand. So I think this kind of took place once I started muting his stories. Once I stopped feeding into his Instagram stories or Snapchat stories, he stopped complimenting me, right? Basically, I just felt like he was kind of distancing himself away from me. Like, no cap, I'm not gonna lie. The compliments wasn't as, you know, consistent. Like I said, conversations was less, compliments was less, and that was that. It was literally, like, sporadic. Like, it was never as consistent like it was at the beginning. Like, it was just, I feel like at this point he was breadcrumbing me. For all the people that know about narcissistic abuse, y'all know. If y'all know, y'all know. He was breadcrumbing me. Like, literally just giving me little here and there, you know, just to keep me where I was at for a little minute.
Breadcrumbing is emotionally manipulative and a false sense of intimacy. Now, here's the thing with breadcrumbing. What that essentially means is that is somebody is giving you just a little bit breadcrumbs to keep you interested and to keep you on the hook and to keep you thinking that they want something with you, when all the while their actions are showing none of that.
So it was he was not being as consistent. I felt his energy like just drawing away from me, but he was still like low-key trying. Like, so this is where I was like so confused. I'm like, what is going on? Like, do you like me or not? Like, what, bro? And like I said, I'm not pushing the issue. You came to me, bro, and I'm not gonna sit here and tweak out on you and like, oh bro, like, no, because it's literally just a work thing. It happens to anybody. People have their little work boost. I wasn't tripping, but it's just like the way you are going about the situation is like, it's weird and it's stressing me out, and I'm confused. Like, I don't know what's going on. I felt like I was really like in like the Matrix or something. Like I wasn't. So basically, conversations were less, compliments was less, but it was like pretty sporadic, right? Like I said, I never used to tweak out. I'm not gonna bring it up. I'm not gonna sit here and stress it like, oh, why you don't do that? No, I don't care, bro. I really don't. Like, really don't care. But I'm gonna keep it 100 because I'm real like that. You feel me? I'm not gonna sit here like I'm some emotionless robot. It took a toll on me. To the heart, I'm not gonna lie. I was just like, dang, like, I was like, bro, what's good with you? Like, you came to me. You came to me. What I do? Like, I was so confused. But anyways, time progressed. So it'll be just like little random stuff like he'll do. So at the time, I mean, I'm still heavy on TikTok, but at the time, I don't know, I was just like real heavy on TikTok, like, especially like my coworkers, everybody that was around us was like heavy on TikTok. Like, we would be at work just making references, doing little like TikTok dances. Well, it was mostly me, on a lot. But yeah, so doing little TikTok dances, you know, or, you know, just saying the little references, the jokes and blah, blah, like, it was just a thing, like, in the work community, okay? And he claimed that he wasn't really big on TikTok, and he was so low-key, like, tease us all, like, about it. Like, bro, yeah, I always on TikTok this, TikTok, and, you know, just a little friendly banter, like, amongst everybody or whatever. And that was the thing. So then one day, like I said, at this point, we're just kind of distant, but I'm not, it is what it is. I'm just going about my day. So one day I came to room 1, like I was coming to the back or whatever, and he was sitting there like by the entrance. And then when I walked past him, he's like, oh, hey, like, and I was just like, hey, and he's like, oh, he's like, can I get your number, you know, we could send each other TikToks, like, you know, So I'm just like, okay, like, cool. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little geek. This is why I feel like he was breadcrumbing me so bad. And okay, boom. I'm gonna put videos throughout the video, like, I'm gonna put TikToks from like people who have experienced narcissistic abuse, or people who's like aware of this, like what it is and blah, blah. I'm gonna put little TikTok videos that I came across that kind of reference what I'm talking about. So he was just like, yeah, he's like, we could just, you know, whatever the case may be. So I'm just like, oh, okay, I won't lie, your girl was a little geek. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm not a robot. I have a heart, bro. I have emotions. I can't help that. But like I said, I'm gonna always keep it G on the outside. I'm gonna always heard about me. You can't get $1 out of me. You can't see that I'm a mother P-I-M-P. Like, literally, like, I'm gonna always keep it G on the outside, like, no. But anyways, I was just like, okay, like, I was a little excited, but, you know, still in the back of my mind, I'm like, nah, this guy, he playing, bro. So I gave him my number, we exchanged numbers, and that was that. Literally, that was that. Like, we went back to the whole, like, not really talking throughout the day. Like, it was just dead after that. Went about my day. Towards the end of the day, I was on my way home. And when I was on my way home, I was on TikTok, and I came across this funny video. And I was like, oh, I think he might think this is funny. Like, let's see. So, because I'm trying to see what his humor is like. I knew him, but I didn't really know him like that. Like, I'm trying to get to know you. Like, So I sent him the TikTok. I kid you not, this man did not respond. He didn't even look at it. He didn't even read it. No, not, it just was sitting there. So I was just like, oh, okay.
Oh. Like, right?
I was just like, another jab to my heart. Cool beans. Cool beans. It's fine. It's fine. So that was that. I was like, all right, boom. I took it like a grain of salt. I swallowed the pill and kept it pushing. Boom. Still going to work. He's still treating me weird. Not really. He's really being weird. Like, I'm just like, and I'm just so like about it, honestly. Like, I really cannot describe how I felt. I don't know, but all I know is I felt myself slowly detaching as well. Like, in my head, I was like, listen, man. So it's not really much dialogue between us at this point. Just to keep y'all in mind, at this point, this is just my observations on everything and this slight dialogue between us. But that's about it. It really wasn't much. Like, after a while, I was just like, yeah, bro, I'm tired of this whole back and forth thing. I'm not doing it. Another situation of the breadcrumbing. Why? I'm having a hard time saying that. I'm so sorry, guys. The breadcrumbing. One day I'm just at work, minding my business, per usual, scrolling through my phone. I'm in room 1, and he comes back there. He sees me back there. He's like, hey. So keep in mind, I used to smoke at this time. Like, I was real heavy on smoking. He smoked as well. Like, he was really heavy on smoking. And he knew this from my Snapchats. So he came up to me. He's like, oh, like, you smoke, right? Da, da, da. I'm like, yeah. And he was like, oh, so, like, you want to hang out? Like, we could link up, you know, just chill out, smoke, da, 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 whatever the case may be. And I was just like, oh, okay. Keep in mind, I'm so detached at this point. Like, I'm not even geeked. I'm not nothing. I'm just sitting there, like, just like how I'm looking at y'all at the screen. That's how I'm just like, oh, yeah, like, cool. So he's like, yeah, so, like, when you off, and I'm like, oh, I'm actually off, like, I gave him, I think it was, like, the next day or, like, the next, or the day after or something like that. I'm like, yeah, I'm off this day, da, da, da. So he's like, oh, okay, bet, yeah, like, that works for me, da, da, da. So I'm like, okay, cool. Right. So basically, I later on realized that the day we planned to hang out was the same day that me and my friends planned on doing a sleepover, right? But, yeah, I still went. I mean, because I already knew in my head, like, at this point, this man was, like, playing games. Like, I was just like, bro, I'm not paying you no mind. Like, you're just chatting in chat, bro. So, I go to my friends about it. I'm like, yeah, he wanted to hang out, da da da. They're like, bro, go, like, are you gonna go? I'm like, bro, watch. I bet money he's not texting me, bro. On everything I love, I know he's not. So I'm just like, watch. So they like, oh, okay. I'm like, bro, we still on put a sleepover, like, it's nothing. So sleepover came around, you know, we all vibing, chilling. Lo and behold, he did not text me. Like, I ain't getting that one text all day. Nothing. And I know that saying, if y'all don't hear nothing from the beginning of the day, all bets is off. Like, and that's regardless. Like, so I was just like, yeah. But guess what was still saying in my messages? That TikTok, which he still did not respond to up until this day. Like, I was just like, I was so baffled. I'm like, okay, the constant disrespect is crazy. Like, it's not even funny, bro. Also, in the midst of this, like, the whole detaching phase or whatever, like, him just breadcrumbing me, I felt like he was low-key, like, doing the absolute most with my coworkers in front of my face, like, on purpose. Like, bro, I want y'all to know, like, a lot of my coworkers were women, right? I had a lot of women working in my department. So, yeah. With that being said, I feel like he was really, like, just doing the absolute most. And I say this to say because like I said, he's not giving me the attention no more. He's not talking to me, no nothing, that's that. But he would literally like give all of my coworkers or everybody around me all the attention, bro. He would literally talk to everybody, oh my god, da, 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 cool, like just being so nice, like just giving them the same energy that he gave me in the beginning. But he was just basically ignoring me. Like I'll be in the room, all of us would be in the room just chilling, hanging out, bobbing, like I said from before, like per usual. And he would just be showing his behind, bro. Showing, like, anytime he entered the room, hey, had to make a big grand entrance. Oh, what's up? Da, 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 all this, all that. Just playing in their face, all that. Oh my god, no, I have to mention this. Because I was sick to my stomach when this happened. I'm not gonna cap. I was like, I know it's like, bro, it's not, no. Like, it wasn't that serious, but at the same time, I was like, alright, bro. You're alright, like you're playing. Like literally it was this one incident where he would just, you know, mess around with this one girl, like just try to like play fight with her type, you know, going on at like while we was all there hanging out. And I kid you not, this man lifted her up. Like he just like, oh bro, stop playing with me, dude. Just, I'm like, to like, I ain't reacted nothing. I ain't listen. It is, I'm like, do you, bro? I don't even care. I'm like, do you, bro? I don't even care at this point. Do you, bro? Like, just enjoy. But like, I was just like, bro, this is crazy. This is insane. I'm like, something gotta give. You see, I'm over here stuttering. I can't even. Also, another thing, this was happening like in terms like he was still breadcrumbing me. Like, remember like my male coworker, like literally another thing, anytime I was around my male coworker, he would just pop up, like just be in our faces. Like that's when he all of a sudden want to give me attention. Sir, please move away from me. Move away from me. Keep in mind, me and my male coworker, like we was literally friends. Like that was literally like my work bestie at that point. Like, bro, relax yourself, calm down. Like it was. So I'm gonna mention two incidents, right? Two more incidents after the whole baby shower incident. Yeah, boom, it was another incident. I was at work, so he comes in that day and he like, oh, like, bro, I'm surprised you're here, da da da. I'm like, yeah, bro, I picked up somebody's shift, da da da. And we're just like in the room, like just talking in room one. And we're just all, so I said all, it's just us two, we're just like chatting, da da, just regular. And at this point, it was like a little like table, like kind of like by the entrance. So I'm like kind of like sitting / leaning on the table, whatever. And I'm like talking like face to face with my friend. My friend, he's in front of me. I'm here sitting, leaning on the table, and we're just having a conversation. I kid you not, it's like this man just like, laughter? Fun? From April? Nah, never. I'm gonna ruin that right now. Like, it gave that, bro. It's like, bro, you was not paying me no mind. Like, literally, probably that whole day, you probably didn't even talk to me. And all of a sudden, please, move around me. Like, please. So I'm sitting there, we kiki ha ha, having a good time, and I kid you not, this man come in like from around the corner. It was like, yo, my son, da 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 da. I'm not gonna give him a name because the story about that. And he's like, my son, da da da, that was good, da da da. And then my friend, he at this point, well, literally, I did not tell my friend any of this that was going on until way after the fact. Like, so this whole time he is not aware of this man's behavior. He's not aware of like the things he's saying was low-key like just probably a threat or whatever. I don't know, whatever. So I'm just sitting here like, bro, like so my friend's like, yo, what's good, bottle, like what's good, da, 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 da. My man, like, didn't, you know, they did being guys, right? And then Bottle proceeds to come and stand by me, bro. Like, literally doing the same position, like sitting there, like just chilling next to me. I'm like, bro, why are you like this? Move. Like, so I'm just like, okay, this man, he's like, oh, so then they had a little conversation. Then he proceeds to like, it almost sounded like this man was threatening him. I don't know, y'all let me know y'all let me know, because I don't really know. But he was just like, oh, he's like, oh, I was like in the parking lot not too long ago, like, I think I saw you walking by, like, yeah, I think I saw you in the parking lot, da da da. And my friend was just like, he still have his, like, his up energy, but I peeped low-key, he was just kind of confused. He was like, yeah, like, yeah, da, 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 yeah, that was probably me. Da, da. He's like, yeah, like, I saw you, like, I caught you lacking, like, you know, da, da, da. Like, he just said some, like, sly comment, something like that, right? And in my head, I'm like, bro, you cannot be serious. So, like, I know you're not trying to, are you trying to threaten? Okay, I don't know. Y'all let me know. But that, to me, that sounds like a threat. That sounds like a threat. Like, what do you mean you caught me lacking in the parking lot? You could have caught me lacking. Like, what do you call me like? Bro, what are you talking about? What you talking about, man? Like,
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
So then, that was that. So the conversation, boom, it was done. Another incident that happened. I'm at work. This time we're in room 2, right? So we're in room 2, and me and my coworker were working that, like, at the same time at that, like, that day, whatever. So we're just, you know, just chopping it up, and we're in there, like, just talking, like, you know, kiki and have a regular conversation, regular, right? Boom. Lo and behold, here come Bottle. He's like, yo, like, what's good? Like, my bro, like, what's good? Like, what y'all doing? Like, just doing that. I'm like, so he comes towards us, you know, interjecting himself into the conversation, and just being annoying, like, at this point. So I'm just like, okay. I'm sitting there, I'm not really saying much. I don't really care to say much. Like, I'm just over it, bro. Like, so then, boom, 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 fast forward, we're done with our conversation. We all dispersed, and then that was that. At this point, like I said, I'm kind of completely detached. I felt highly uncomfortable being, like, in room 1 most of the time, because, like I said, I felt like he was showing his behind, like, in front of, like, with my female coworkers, and all that. Like, I just started to feel highly uncomfortable. I just was, like, over it. Like, I'm just kind of detached. Like, I was, like, I was over it. Like, I was so over it. So I just decided to distance myself. I'm sad that I even let this man, you know, have that control over me to the point where I had to distance myself from, like, my coworkers that I'm cool with, you know, the ones I talk to on a daily basis. But I was just over it. I just felt like everybody was just being weird. He just top of the list weird. Like, I just was over it. I just wanted to, like, detach. Like, I just wanted to remove myself from everybody. So I used to just do a lot of my orders and stuff inside room 2, because, like I said, a lot of people would be in room 1. Like, that was basically the hangout spot for my department. So I just went to room 2 because I knew, like, a lot of people, literally nobody would go there. So it would just be me by myself, bro. Like, it was so strange. Like, yeah, so I was just, like, low-key depressed, if y'all really want to talk about it. Like, I was just literally just moping around work. I used to low-key I used to hate coming to work. I mean, I hated coming to work before that, but this time I really hated coming to work. I was just like, yeah, I'm over it. And yeah, that would be, like, my routine up until I left the job. And I didn't leave the job because of him. I left the job because I started another job, and I was trying to get my scheduling together, and then my boss was being weird, and I was just like, bro, I'm over this job. So then I just decided to quit. I'm like, bro, it's too much. You got this weird boy here, you got my boss being weird, you got my coworkers being weird. I was ready to leave. Like, I was just like, bro, wrap it up. Like, so, but that was literally my routine up until I left that job, bro. Like, I just was moping around. I was just, at this point, I forgot to mention, but at a certain point I did stop talking to him, but it was, like, around this time. Like, I literally just I'm talking about like legit cut all ties. Like I just didn't say hi to him. I didn't hug him no more. Like I literally stopped hugging him. I literally stopped talking to him. I just basically just ignored him. And yeah. Did he care? No. Did he ever mention, oh, why you stopped talking to me? Nothing. Like, that was that. He never brought it up. I never brought it up. And I just kept it pushing. Like, that was that. So then, like I said, fast forward, I quit the job, right? I didn't really quit. I just stopped going. But in my mind, that's quitting. So I basically stopped going to work. I basically quit, all that, right? Whatever you want to call it. After I left, you would think stuff would be done. No, he was being even more weird. Like, I'm not understanding. So after I left Bamboozle, right, I still had him on social media, right, but I still wasn't watching his stories. Nothing, right. I forgot to mention this because it's gonna play a part, but it's not really that big of a deal. But he mentioned to me, like, early on of this whole back and forth thing, that he is an aspiring rapper, right? Yeah, so he raps and stuff. He made a song, whatever. He showed it to me. He's like, oh, like, you want to listen to it? I'm like, yeah, sure. Listen to it. It wasn't that bad. I'm like, period, you know. And that's all that. So he was a rapper, right? But keep in mind, like, he haven't been posting his rap stuff in, like, for a while. Like, I peeped because, you know, I had his Instagram, like, you know, scoping out the scenery. Scoping the scenery out, you feel me? And I noticed he haven't really posted, like, cause he would post like freestyle videos, like Instagram videos on his page, and yeah, but I noticed he haven't been posting none of that. So I was like, okay. But then up until we gonna get it, okay. So I stopped going to work, basically quit, all that, whatever. I fired, yeah. So around this time, I decided to really start taking my YouTube serious. This was one of the times, this is the times where I was like on and off. Y'all already know my ordeal. Like I was inconsistent. So this is the time where I decided to be consistent, right? For me to later on be inconsistent. We gonna get there, but so I'm like working on my YouTube, right? I'm posting on my Instagram, you know, promoting my stuff, you know, hey guys, subscribe, da da da, whatever, da da da. Around this time, he's just guys, please stay with me because it's gonna be a lot. So out of nowhere, he started really being consistent with his rapping stuff now, which is no problem. I'm not no hater. Do you, like, if you feel me, like, hey, I probably inspired you. Who knows? So he decided to do his rapping stuff again. Like, he started posting, doing little freestyles over a beat, whatever. Keep posting. He was like posting, being, you know. So I'm like, okay, cool. And I'm not no hater, so I was like, you know, supporting. I'm like liking the videos, you know. Just, I ain't being no hater, but you know. So, and then he was watching my stories too, like especially when I posted like my YouTube promotion type videos, right? And around this time, I started low-key noticing that every time I posted like any type of promotion on like my YouTube or my Instagram, I would lose a subscriber, right? I know you're probably like, girl, no, like it was starting to become a pattern. Like I didn't notice it at first, and then I slowly started noticing like every time. I'm like, bro, what is going on? Like, cause I noticed like at this time I kept getting a subscriber, losing one, getting a subscriber, and I'm just like, wait, what's going on? And then I started putting two and two together. I'm like, okay, it's every time I promote something, right? So then I put another 2 with it, so I could add 6, right? Okay, because at first the answer was 4. Now the answer is about 6. So I added another 2 with it, and I realized every time I posted anything about my YouTube on my story, he would only watch that. Like, that's the only time he would watch my stories. Cause remember, he never used to watch my stories. So literally all of a sudden, that's the only time he wanted to watch my stories. So I'm just like, okay. I'm like, okay, so here's the possibility, right? He could be watching my story so he could know when I promote my stuff, and he wants to be a hater and go and unsubscribe, and then when I don't promote, because you know I wasn't posting every week like I was now, but you know, a little time go by, then he be like, oh, okay, go back to subscribing. Then when he sees I'm, you know, putting effort again, he does the same thing, right? This is what I'm getting. This is everything I'm collecting. This is all the information I'm collecting, right? One. So now the question is, how would he know when I posted about my YouTube? Because on Instagram, you cannot see like a preview of like what somebody posted, right? We're gonna get there. Lo and behold, I was also promoting my stuff on Snapchat, right? Stay with me, y'all. Stay with me. I know. We getting there. I was posting my stuff on Snapchat, and I had him on Snapchat as well. Literally, I was not posting on Snapchat at all at this time. This is when I kind of just stopped posting on Snapchat. And the only time I posted on Snapchat was to promote my YouTube channel, right? Keep in mind, he never watched my Snapchat. He never watched my Snapchat stories. He, of course, right? But the thing is, since that was the only story that I would post when it came time for me to promote my YouTube, y'all know how Snapchat had the circle? Y'all could see the preview, right? Yeah. You get it. You're starting to get it, right? Me too, sister. Me too. So basically, I put it all together, right? Basically, anytime that I would post, both times Instagram and Snapchat, obviously he will see that I promoted my YouTube, and then he'll go to Instagram, watch my story, and be some hating, right? I'm trying not to curse. I'm really trying to limit. A hand, A-N, right? And go to my YouTube and unsubscribe. Just to go back to subscribe when he thought I wasn't putting the work in at the time. Bro, this have to be, my life is a movie, bro. I'm not understanding. Like, this is a joke. I wanna, bro. And I kid you not, like, this, I know it, like, and trust me, like, whole time I felt like a lunatic. I'm like, bro, there's no way, because I'm the only one seeing this. I'm the only one seeing this. Like, nobody seeing this? Nobody seeing this? Like, hello? Like, no one seeing this? So that's just how I felt, bro. Like, even though I was like updating my friends and telling them what's going on, even they was like, bro, what is going on with, like, what's going on? I'm like, bro, I don't know. I wish I could tell you, bro. I don't know. Like, he's weird. They're like, bro, what? That's so weird. Like, we just didn't know what was going on. Like, so yeah, I noticed that, right? So now I'm like, okay, now you're doing too much. Like, you're being a hater. You're being a hater. You're over here now. Oh my god. Y'all men are jokes. Y'all jokes. So you're a hater. So you wanted to level up, and now all of a sudden now you're inspired to post your rap videos, right? Post your little rap freestyles. Now you're inspired, right? Because you're trying to surpass me or something. I don't know. Even though rap and YouTube is like that's two different things. And two, you're even more of a hater because you're trying to, like, you're unsubscribing just to, like, ew. I want to throw up. I want to throw up. Like, ew, you're just like, what did you gain? What did you gain? You want a cookie? Matter of fact, I got a cookie for you, bro. I got a cookie. Hold on. Yeah, I think I'm joking, bro. I'm not. Yeah, I think I'm joking, bro. You want a cookie? You must want a cookie, bro. Like, it just, what do you gain, bro? This one, no, like, so when I noticed that behavior, I was like, okay, yeah, you have to go. You have to go. I try to be nice. I try to let you be on my social media just so you can watch me, watch what a real baddie look like. But you ruined it for yourself. Now you're blocked. Now you're blocked. You're blocked. You're blocked. You're blocked.
Narcissists and toxic people live their lives on social media like their exes are watching them. And if you're new here, I'm a narcissist. I have narcissistic personality disorder. So once you break up with a narcissist or once they discard you and things like that, it is highly suggested that you block them on social media. Because regardless of whether or not you're watching, they're going to start posting things on there to try to agitate you or to try to get a reaction from you, to try to continue to devalue you or make you feel worthless even after the relationship ends.
So yeah, I blocked him. That was the end of that, thankfully. Also, I thought that was the end of that, but for now, that's the end of that. Literally washed my hands with the situation. I was like, that was a roller coaster, that was a ride, and now we're done. The ride is done, it's over. I'm getting nauseous, okay? I'm getting nauseous. So yeah, that's the end of that. I'm gonna keep it a buck. There is a continuation of this story, which is gonna be coming out next week, Friday, I believe. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this story time, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell next to it so you can be notified every time I post a video. Bye.